Tom Moores was the second highest scorer. They're both back in the hutch. So if Bibek, Yadav and Sundeep Jura can maybe get personal milestones, get a 50, get themselves into the contest, even if they can't win it, at least then they'll take something from it. Sharp bouncer. Then they could maybe go into their next game, which remember again, it's tomorrow. 3 games, 3 days. Somehow they might be able to find a win then.
Good bouncer, just ducks out of the way. Jura confirming, is it 1 more or 2 more deliveries to come?
Just get a look at the field there. So deep third and then deep backward square leg. Split field. Punched on the up. He's bowling with no shortage of pace here, Manali. Probably up in and around 140 clicks.
Pace, movement. It's allowed him to pick up 2 so far. We have seen a couple low-scoring games as well in the past. The Kings 92 all out, the Gurkhas 94 all out. So anything can happen in this series. We're still early days. The last thing they want to do is try and get themselves in a really deep hole. Negativity setting in mentally.
Into mid-on if you go early. 5 have been bowled. Lions in all sorts of trouble. 28 for 5.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid, 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Well, they're in an awful mess, Tree. 28 for 5.
The second half of the game seems to be a problem for them.
This is better, surely. Yes, much better.
Narayan South, fresh from a 5-wicket haul. This is a fresh day. He's treated with disdain. Son, you got 5 wickets. But this is a new day. Siddhartha Bank maximum for Sundeep Jura. Yeah, he's not afraid to take him on. We're still in power play, remember? Last over. The mid-on was inside the circle.
Tree, what's the objective here? In that you need virtually 10.5 and over. I mean, is the win still something they're thinking about? How do they go about chasing this down when you're already 5 down, or is it about time at the crease? What is it?
I think just take the scoreboard out of the equation, bat with intent, still bat till about the 10th or 12th over, and then you can assess. You still need 85 or 90 of the last 8 to give yourself a chance, but if you blow out too early, then there's nothing in the game. It's just about being able to take the scoreboard out of the equation, just talk and say, build a partnership for the next 5 to 7 overs, see where we are at the end of the 10th, and then we can assess.
Build partnership. I suppose that would mean still making the scoreboard tick. It's just not high risk. 1s, 2s, the occasional boundary, and as you say, just have a look as you get later on into the innings. All the statistics, history is against the Lions when you are 5 down inside the power play. Shout. No interest. None whatsoever.
Rain, good comeback after a 6 of the first ball. Was very interested. Umpire thought it was missing leg. Didn't straighten enough, but would have been very close.
don't think it was the worst shout. Not 8 from the over. That's the power play. 36 for 5.
तपाईको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौ
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म ब्याज पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आएको रकम
Welcome to IME Pay Wallet. IME Pay भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट. Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Cell foundation, but this second innings, not so good for them.
They need more. Help out the school children. Come on. The Lions, 36 for 5, 47 for no loss at the same stage. For the Royals.
Still hungry in the field, isn't it? Well on top, but still hungry.
Is a sign of a good side. The energy on the field. Usually have your best fielder at point. And Irie himself is stationed there. So no lack of energy if Irie is there.
Brilliant. He's in the game again. 3 India fighting back in that test match in Australia, scrapping back.
They have to, HD, they have to. 168 for 4, Australia. Just lost Manas Labuschagne, so that's a good sign. Travis Head still there, 32. Manas out for 64. So 12 runs behind, 6 wickets in hand. Shaping up to a great test match.
What's in favour there for Australia, in my opinion, is Travis Head, is that he scores so quickly. And if he remains there for a period of time and Australia get a lead of 100 and then they bowl under the lights of Adelaide, that will put tremendous pressure on India.
Still in session 1, session 3 when the lights take effect. Mitch Marsh to come. McMullen has been so good. 3 for 17 in his third over. He's had a good time of it, both with bat and ball. He's opened the bowling. He's done that very well. Complimented Scott Kugeline, who bowled quick. McMullen just military medium. Drops it there. Allows the batsman to take the risk.
Just swings it around, doesn't he? Swing it both ways. Not exaggerated swing, but just enough. He keeps you thinking. Very handy cricketer, Brandon McMullen.
As much as we say build a partnership, you still have to keep the scoreboard ticking. You can't just go nowhere and then assess after 10 overs. At the moment, this is a very good over. Just a couple of runs off it. Run 2, that's good running. So makes it 3 of the over. And it's 39 for 5 after 7.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुस्. तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स खुलेर जियौं.
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश. यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी. सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobs like बुझेको छ. Your way of quality living.
Hold-up signs went up yesterday. And news went out that if you don't have a ticket, do not bother coming. Yes, it is available on Star Sports and various other platforms, but you can't watch it live if you don't have a ticket.
And Naren Saab, very impressive young man, 5-for in the last game. He's fresh from the Asia Cup. made a significant contribution in Nepal beating Afghanistan in that game in Dubai.
Burst through the hands there at short extra cover.
Thing that stands out, HD, with the younger generation coming through, have done a bit of work in Bangladesh, now Nepal, is that winning mentality that the younger kids have. The belief in themselves is a lot more. They believe they can beat anyone on a given day, which is a great attribute to have.
Where do you think that comes from?
It's just a generation of people that are coming through. Those so self-confident. I mean, I can talk for myself, but when I was growing up, I didn't have the sort of exposure to what these kind of kids get and the confidence that they have in themselves.
Oh, 50-50, I'm going to say. 50-50 chance. A little fingertip crusher.
I did that carry. Punched back, just didn't carry. His follow through almost stopped after bowling. Usually you get one more step and that carries. Something you can work on as a left arm spinner. You just don't end your action after bowling. He's literally static. Usually left arm spinners, one more step and that carried.
The single. I think a lot of it also comes from the way that coaches are now coaching. You think of the past, whereas you weren't given, you failed once or twice and you were gone. Nowadays, players, they're given those opportunities and coaches say it's okay. You're going to get more than one opportunity. Breeds confidence. 8 done, 44 for 5.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
म त पैसा लिन्छु आइमी पेमा चाहियो के र खर्च गर्न सजिलो कार्डबाटै किन्छु म लिन्छु म क्यास पनि पाइन्छ हो विदेशबाट आको रकम
Welcome to आइमी पे वालेट आइमी पे भए चाहियो के छ सबै सेट
Vivo. I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
One player, and that highlights the fact where the Royals have been good. Bahara sits at top because his economy rate is sitting at under 5. There has been wicket contributions from the entire bowling lineup.
Perfectly summarized from HD Ackerman. Bahara bowls the tough overs as well, bowls in the second half of the innings, especially when teams are going after them. So to have that economy of 4.83 tells me that it's been really, really good.
Oh, careful now. He's got 3 for McMullen.
Rohit Patel hold out to mid-off. He had the scoreboard pressure. That's another big one. Tom Moores. Again, deep square leg doing a great job. Probably a tad unlucky there. Safa. Moores. 3 for. Beg your pardon, McMullen.
This is his final over of the spell of 4. And from Scotland, another contribution with the bat.
Just bowling 4 on the trot. Switched ends to take over from Kugeline. It's just bowling 4 on the trot, which is a good role clarity to have.
A little bit concerned here, though, Sri, in that you've said that they need to rebuild, but you have made the point that you can't just rebuild by not scoring. You've still got to score. 5 down. That required run rate very early on in the run chase is at 12.5.
They've added 27 this pair, but they've taken 33 balls. There's a bit of Dhoni there. He's number 7, and he put an arm around Narain Saud, who was number 8. It looked like Dhoni and Jadeja to me.
Just sliding down the leg side. Lovely spell of bowling. Brandon McMullen, the Scotsman, has completed his 4, 3 for 21. Into the 9th, 46 for 5.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोजौं
DHI happier home छुट्टै छ है
An awful long way to go here. Still 142 required for victory, and the pressure keeps mounting and the quality keeps coming here from the Royals. Saif Ali Zaid, brilliant with the bat in hand. Has been good with the ball as well. The economy of under 8 is always good. Bowled pretty well to their field.
He was very good with the bat earlier on. Opened the batting, didn't come off in the last game, but this game played an amazing knock, 90. Can't just do it in singles because the asking rate is over 13 now. Got to get a move on. Yeah, all right, you play for net run rate, you still got to get closer to the target.
Well, the Royals' net run rate was over 4 before it was starting today. It's only going to keep climbing the way this is panning out. But what's been really impressive for me is the hunger and desire with every delivery. Even though they're well on top, those boundary riders are sprinting into the ball, picking it up cleanly and getting it in. Here's another example. Nice clean pickup, and in it goes quickly.
Yeah, bit disappointed they missed out on a gift, absolute gift. It was a ranked long hop. Failed to put that away. The Lions dugout, pretty quiet.
Wide called. Snuck through for a bye. Yeah, that dugout, you say, is pretty quiet. It's going to have to get really rowdy in a couple of balls' time when they have a break for a drink. You would think the coaching staff will have to make their way onto the ground and give some information or some sort of a game plan for these two at the crease.
They need something to feed off. The way they're going, 34 or 41, it's not going to get them anywhere.
That too will be a single down the ground, so a tidy over. The 10th is done and dusted. It's all the Royals at the moment, and at 54 for 5.
यो निकाल्न इजी छ सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश
Globally trusted hair transplant expert, Foliderm.
Into fresh, freshness that bonds.
Himstar for a complete home. Vivo.
Pond Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Himstar for a complete home.
सुजल डेयरीको उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन डिलाइट डेयरी व्हाइटनरले अब हरेक दिन डिलाइटफुल
DHI Happier Home. Today sahay.
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas obslate Buzegosan, your way of quality living.
And a couple of big shots can really change the momentum. I know you're giving me that look, Lenny, but have some belief. Cricket's a funny game, and that's exactly what the coach's job is. He's got to try and give his team some belief out there. Got to back them.
13.4 per over, 5 wickets in hand. It would be miraculous, but you're spot on. You have to believe, the moves are coming out. Anyone encourages us at any point to dance on Comcam, we're saying no. Leave that to you and Mikhail.
It almost sounds like an invitation that you want to.
No, no, no. Don't mind everything else, just not the dancing. We'll steer clear of that.
I gotta admit, the music here has been exceptional. There's something just so melodious, but there's more. I just don't even think I have the word for it. It brings out some really good emotions. And I cannot dance, and I find myself moving to this music.
Simply joyous, isn't it? So special. All these scenes, I can't quite believe we're only 7 days in. And this tournament, the inaugural edition, it's captured the imagination, the festival of the Himalayas. Avinash Bahara, who's had an excellent tournament, HT Ackerman called him out this morning as deserving real praise, and he's spot on the money as always. He's in to the attack in his specialist role in the second half of the innings. Side out, skews away off an outside edge, will pick up at least a couple as fielder does well. Nearly overran it nearly spun by him. Yeah, just touching back on Nandan Fadnis, the head coach of the Lions, also the consulting coach for the senior Nepal men's side. Kevin O'Brien's Biratnagar Kings were in the exact same position after 10 overs of their third game, having lost 2. Kevin O'Brien, much like Nandan Fadnis, is a pretty mild-mannered guy, very easygoing, but he chose that drinks break in that game, having lost 2. As this goes miles up, it's going to be a catching opportunity. Short fine leg comes around and holds on to a quite brilliant catch. Oh, that's, for me, definitely the catch of the day. And it's Basan Khatri who does so well to hold on. The 6th wicket falls.
Oh, the drinks break, potentially breaking the concentration here, and it's yet another wicket. The Lions crumbling. This went miles in the air, and it took some judging. Hazy skies here as well. Very well judged. It's going to be yet another wicket, and it's celebrations for the Royals. The skipper, Dipendra Singh.
Dinesh Adhikari will come to the crease. Bahara in the wickets again, his 6th of the tournament. He's been excellent, exceptional in fact. Crazy to think on that tour of North America, both Canada and USA, we didn't see him. They were really focusing on the ODIs. He's a T20 specialist. And they could have done with him up there in King City, couldn't they?
The conditions would have helped him perfectly. Just a bit too big. It went high up in the air. Basanta Khatri, he judged that very well. Off the mark and potentially looking for a second.
Yeah, just to round out that point about Kings being 2 matches in, staring down the barrel of a third defeat in 3 games. Kevin O'Brien came out, it was a fielding effort, and by all accounts, Chris Holt told the story after that he gave them an absolute spray. He said, this is not good enough, we have to play better, we need to show more. And sometimes as a coach, you don't want to do it too often, but you need to have that in your locker, don't you? Just get at them, almost spark a reaction out of them.
Yeah, you got to light the fire sometimes. But it's a tricky one. Managing players is not easy, especially at the highest level. And you've got to figure out that fine balance, because these players are not novices. Some of them are overseas players. They've played international cricket. The way you deal with them has to vary based on the group that you're working with.
Nandan Fadnis is similar to Kevin O'Brien. Very laid back, very quiet, very studious. It's difficult when it's 2 batters. You don't want to kind of light up the 2 batters too much. Avanesh Bahara, a brilliant start again. 58 for 6.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dog Fantasy. Dish Home, Khushi ko connection.
DHI Happier Home. Today sahay.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Saif Ali Zaib, so nearly the tournament's second centurion, dismissed for 90. Thought he played beautifully, he made some really nice shapes, and as so often the left-handers, they just look easier on the eye.
He's very hesitant with his footwork, Dinesh. Finds himself stuck to the crease. Again, very limited foot movement. He will get off the strike.
It's from Karnali, is Dinesh Adhikari. Still a youngster. That's going to miss leg, surely. No spin, needed to turn and it didn't. And that's been kind of one of the nice things, isn't it? Some players are playing for their home province, like Dipender Singh Hari from sudarpachim, then others are kind of into a new environment. That's the way the draft worked. There were some players that were so in demand they could have gone anywhere, because once you hit that cap, that ceiling for the domestic players' fee for the year, it was quite simply a lucky draw. How lucky did Karnali get to get Gulshan Jah? All 8 teams wanted him. End of the 12th. 61 for 6.
Tapayko, Asli Energy, Red Bull, Asli Nerozo. Neoco solar water heaters. Water purifies. Chimneys, the gas hobs they possess your way of quality living.
शिक्षा र खेलकुदका माध्यमले विश्व मानचित्रमा चिनिँदैछ मेरो सिटी अफ क्रिकेट धनगढी अनि यो सहर चिनाउन अगुवाई गर्ने मेरो कलेज मेरो एसपीए कलेज मेरो गौरव.
Team skipper, the Tiger, has had the laugh here because the sudarpachim have been simply exceptional, haven't they? Exemplary, almost perfect throughout their 3 games thus far. I know Pupadu Dasanayaka will disagree with me and say the Janakpur Bolts have been one of the teams of the tournament. For me, it's been all about the men in yellow, the sudarpachim Royals.
They have been exceptional so far, bat, ball, and field. But that being said, it's early days. I think it's too early to call it. Mentioned about 7 days in. We've got plenty more days to come. And things can swing, things can change, momentums can change. Not that we're wishing this on anyone, but injuries can happen.
42 balls since a boundary. That streak is broken. One bounce for. Good strike by Adhikari. It's been expensive with the ball. He needs to show his team and his captain something with the bat.
Pulled it away. A bit of a short arm jab. Just too short this time. And he helps himself. 4 runs, need plenty more, unfortunately. 122 off 46. It seems like a losing battle at the moment for the Lumbini Lions. Where do you think it's gone wrong for the Lions? Is it the combination of players, or is it just not the right players?
Good timing to ask the question. A pretty spooky number on the screen. 666. Get off that. Yeah, certainly. Just been so heavily reliant, the bat, upon 2 men. Rowan Powell and Tom Moores. Really think Guyria was unlucky to be left out today. The other question you've got to ask, they're the only one of the 8 franchises with only 4 overseas players. Every other team is 5 or 6. And they've had to... It's powerfully struck, but straight to the man. They've had to ask the organisers, are they allowed to play with 3? I think they got special dispensation because they're supposed to have 4 in each game. But Rohan Mustafa looked horribly out of form in the second game. That was the first that he played. I just wonder, are we going to hear of a player being signed? The problem is, play again tomorrow, so we have the day off then on Monday, the much needed day off for all of us. But even if they got someone in, let's think of someone like Max O'Dowd, Mark Watt, Bernard Schultz maybe, some of the associate players not here yet. Even if they got someone in, is he going to be in for long enough to make an impact?
I think the break on Monday is going to be really good for them. And sometimes it is a break that can help change things around. Maybe they just need to go out, do some team bonding activities, have some fun, and come back fresh.
Problem is, they could be none from 4 at that point. They play again tomorrow. 13 bowled, it's 68 for 6.
नयाँ पुस्ताका सपनाहरू थाहै नपाइकन आफ्ना सपनाहरू बनिसकेका हुन्छन्। ती सपनाहरूलाई पूरा गर्नुस्, खुलेर जिउनुस्। सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स, खुलेर जियौं।
तर यो जिद्दी दाग यो निकाल्न इजी छ। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश, यसको 10 हातको शक्ति छ यस्तो जसले जिद्दी दाग निकाल्न गर्छ इजी। सर्फ एक्सेल इजी वाश।
Neoco solar water heaters, water purifiers, chimneys, the gas hobsle buzeko cha, your way of quality living.
DHI Happier Home. Today sa hai.
Big thanks to Calty. Get on to calty.com, our ticketing partners. Great job done by the team there at managing these tickets. This is a complete sellout today. And my advice would be to you, if you want to come along and enjoy some of this MPL action in person, feel the experience, feel the festival. Slog swept. Fielder out there, maybe the first error of the whole innings. Arif Sheikh puts one down. Really good effort. They haven't been perfect. The first mistake from the Royals.
Good effort though, full dive forward. Tried to go all the way, just didn't get the distance. And just pops out of the hands. This time it's straighter. And this time he does get the distance. It's a maximum. Good looking shot for 6.
How often do we see this? Drop catch, next ball almost inevitably goes out of the ground. Yes, it's a different batter, but Bibek Yadav has a good record at this ground, and he gets out almost a flat bat, doesn't he? The tennis in that stroke. That's where you want to hit at the TU. Go straight down the ground. Tries to repeat the dose. Oh, and he loves it. All the way into the team dugouts. Back-to-back maximums. Finally, the Lions have something to cheer.
141 tournament sixes. And this is a good-looking stroke from Bibek. He moves on to 32 off 28. A bit over-pitched in the slot, and he goes down the ground. That's a Siddhartha Bank 6.
Yeah, my advice, Manali, if you're in the valley watching on, or if you're thinking about getting on one of the fan buses up from Lumbini or Pekara, get those tickets now on calty.com. Come and experience this yourself. Let's try fill this place during the midweek matches. We know Saturday's going to be sold out. Good delivery to finish, sharp turn. Oh, giving us a wide now. That was me as a spinner, wouldn't be overly pleased.
How close was it? Oh, that's harsh. That is very harsh. Short, pulled away. And it's a single to round off the 14th. 84 for 6.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Like a legend, drive the ball.
Disho, खुशीको connection.
DHI happier home. छुट्टै छ है.
In the 6 years that I've been coming here, 7 years now actually, all the way back to 2018, the demographic of the fans has been completely holistically changed. Kids in, lots of families in, lots of young women and girls in. The popularity of the sport as a consequence growing hugely. 6 years ago, it tended to just be, it felt like men in their 20s and 30s, particularly students, the college students from the TU, Tribhuvan University, the campus that we're on, loving it. But all the fans, young and old, whatever gender, whatever creed, just loving the NPL.
And that's what sport is all about. It unifies people and it brings joy. Another well-bowled delivery. He's been good, Abhinash. 1 for 12. Tested that outside the off-stump line as well. For me, it's a win every time you see kids in the stadium. You know that you're impacting the next generation in a positive way.
Spot on. Oh, Adhikari gets lucky here. May well get 4. He's going to in the most unconventional of circumstances. Didn't have a bad PM Cup this year for Karnali. 140 runs, 150, averaging 23. But he's had no idea where this one was going. Very fortunate for.
You know what? I'm going to say that's well played and well placed. Just give them a bit of positivity here, the Lions. He'll pick up the 4 runs. It's 4 runs. It doesn't matter how they come.
Wonder why he was looking into the leg side then. It's skewed away for 4.
It was trickery. To the offside again. He'll wait to find the boundary on another occasion.
Yeah, now Bibek Yadav is the key. I'm not saying necessarily they're going to win this. The required run rate's 18. But Yadav needs to put on a show here. We know he can do it. Every Nepal fan will remember those heroics last year against Oman at this venue. So nearly got them within touching distance of a staggering victory. Most of it came from this end. But that's good bowling, because he loves hitting down the ground. Just wonder, will the umpire rightly insist upon a mandatory concussion check? Maybe the shoulder and then into the helmet.
That's our Omoda car. We've got the Omoda and the Jayco, the fastest growing brand in the world. Actually had the chance to sit in one of those as well. Very stylish, very futuristic. It's quite the ride.
How did you get a chance? I didn't get a chance to be in that yet.
It was my pickup from the airport. I got here in style. I don't know how you got here.
I forgot how late you arrived. I remember now. We were just carrying the can for what, 3, 4, 5 days?
Just 3.
Do another 5 overs, do another 5 overs. Back in you go. Nice to have you here though, finally.
Thanks, Lenny. It's actually been great to be here. And yeah, definitely ricocheting onto the helmet. Shoulder, helmet. He's going to be a bit sore on that shoulder as well tomorrow.
Good umpiring though again. Knowing the laws, knowing the change. Mandatory concussion check. He's passed that. He's fit to continue. Now, is that too short? No, says the umpire. Bhabanesh Pahara continues.